That's it, Batman. Keep rubbing those two brain cells together and you... Don't give up, not yet. It's far too much fun watching you try. Flummoxed, Batman, at a loss, completely stumped. That's how I feel when I contemplate how long it's taken to beat you. That's it, Batman. Keep rubbing those two brain cells together and you just might produce a spark.
More cabinets.
Can you trust him, Catwoman?
Okay, time to possibly maybe die. Well, this is not how I wanted to spend my night.
Another key collected. I trust you're not giving her false hope, Detective.
Oh good, more fun.
Well, Dark Knight Detective, you have passed another test. I cannot help but admire the spirit with which you have thrown yourself into a task for which you are woefully... I almost feel guilty.
I'm going back to the orphanage. Selena's waiting.
I can only imagine what cruel game Mr. Nigma has in store for you and Miss Kyle.
So who's Nightwing and Robin? I bet they're the same guy.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat. Make them wear this, and then call the bat.
How are you doing?
Can't fault the entertainment. Eddie just lectured me on the 13 innovations that let him pack this collar with his custom-designed plastic explosive.
You must be honored.
At being what? Your motivation? Come on, the next puzzle room's waiting.
I hope the varying amounts of pressure don't get to you.
Another one? What's Eddie's problem?
Fanatic narcissism, egocentrism, and megalomania, crossed with severe obsessive compulsion.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
No, Dark. You're way off the mark.
The counterweights move further when I step on the pad.
You are getting older. Maybe it's time to add a few extra notches to the utility belt. Move over, would you?
Congratulations to the dementedly dressed duo. Your key awaits. What's this? An electrified floor?
You do it. You still owe me for Arkham City.
Goodness, you figured it out already. Well, meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built a variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities.
Leave the blue ones to me.
More where that came from, Batman. I've built a highly efficient production line. You know what, Detective? I'm glad you solved this riddle. Because it takes you one step closer to the riddle that kills you.
Riddle that kills you.
Eddie really hates you, doesn't he?
He's an ego-driven narcissist who can't let anyone else win.
Gee. If only you'd met under different circumstances.
His obsession's getting worse. He's going after my allies.
Ally? After this, I think we should dial it back to known associate for a while.
This was nothing, Dark Knight, nothing. A new trial awaits you, Detective, by Divinity Church, and I'm waiting too.
I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride won't let him.
You'll break his spirit, sir. I've every confidence.
Gunrunners, plant people, metal-obsessed crazies, flying demon things, bodies nailed to the world, and now cults. I want to go home. The hardest is when you go back. I don't want to switch it up. Nothing needs a rush.
The unexamined life is not worth living, Detective. And I've been wondering why I let you aggravate me so. You're a cheat and a liar. A dressed-up strongman playing with expensive toys. World's greatest detective, ha! And everyone from Gotham to Star City believes it. I cannot abide a fraud detective, a dilettante masquerading amongst his intellectual betters, stealing every last scrap of appreciation, dignity, and respect. Welcome, Detective, to the drain I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, Detective. What do bats do when they're at home? Leave me hanging, Detective. The answer is right above your nose. Your nose. Struggling, Detective? I'm afraid you're running several minutes behind my projections. Ah! This is why my projections were off. I failed to consider both your incompetence and your stupidity as two distinct variables. Apologies, Detective. I will recalculate post-haste. Batman. The water might be lower, but you're still out of your depth. Look at you, detective. Hanging there in that hideous machine like a particularly ugly chandelier. You know, detective, if I'd rig that grapple point to detach,
your death was inevitable, I'm afraid. A statistical certainty.
look at you, detective. Hanging there in that hideous machine like a particularly ugly chandelier. No, detective. You must avoid the rotating spiky blades of death. Since that car is quite clearly an extension of your ego, I thought you'd take better care of it. Another switch? The water is almost as low as Catwoman's chances of freedom. Why don't you celebrate with my friends? I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there. Struggling, detective? I'm afraid you're running several minutes behind my projections. Ah! This is why my projections were off. I'd failed to consider both your incompetence and your stupidity as two distinct variables. Apologies, detective. I will recalculate post-haste. Not quite, detective.
Detective.
Excellent. You are barely keeping up to the precise degree my equations predict. Careful. Your way out.
Before activating, I need to pick a target.
Between perfectly designed riddle and unfair death trap really comes down to user error.
Hey, Eddie. Can't we play a different game? This one's getting old.
Oh, this is too tense to watch. Thank goodness I'm recording it.
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating. And they say black cats are bad luck.
Another key, well done. Of course, you'll lose all 9 lives in an instant should I push this detonator.
Another door unlocked. What a surprise.
Always been the smartest man in the room, Detective, forced to endure the suspicions and mockery of those whose meager mental faculties prohibited them from appreciating that fact. And then you appear in Gotham, dressing up your cognitive capabilities marginally superior as they are to that of the average hoodlum, in the guise of a crusading hero. And oh, how the people swoon. To the orphanage, hero! It's time to rejoin Catwoman for another trial.
Selina's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out. Selina's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out.
To be honest, I'm glad we're behind these barriers. It's open season out there. Don't worry, all along
take much to tame a cat. Make them wear this.
You're back.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes.
Well, hello again to my favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for 2 half-wits instead of 1. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, when you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
Can you get up there?
The ceiling? Easy.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? Oh, what a shock. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Did that hurt, Catwoman? Good. That pain is what stupidity feels.
You're going to feel...
I don't think you'll be solving this one.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls?
You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist. Oh, what a shock. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
Nearly there, Selena.
Done on this side.
Okay, done over here.
Congratulations. And now your reward. Robot.
Let's not waste any time here. spoil me.
Fine. The key. Take the key. I suppose you just about earned it.
When I get out of here, I'm sticking this collar around Eddie's neck.
Well, how clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Ranelagh Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot, but he's an idiot who built a series of underground death traps across the city.
And?
And I just wanted to say...
Ranelagh Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
Yeah. Who the hell was Joker?
Ranelagh Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
Batman, easy. It's him! Don't worry, he ain't catching us! He thinks this car's indestructible. Let's...
This is it, Dark Knight. We're done. Well, you're done for, at least. I must admit that I'm feeling quite charitable at the moment of my triumph. So I will give you a choice. Rather than carry on towards your humiliation and death, I will simply let you drive away in return for a signed statement testifying towards my superior intelligence and conceding that I have utterly checkmated you. Oh, the cat will remain a hostage, of course. A symbol of your failure. My, you're actually going to attempt it. Very well. But this is my finest work, detective. My masterpiece, my Enigma Resistance. So, let us take that inexplicably life-sized children's toy for its final drive. This is it, Dark Knight. Your Tudoberg, your Bay of Pigs, your ultimate defeat. That's it, Detective. Drive faster, drive headlong into defeat. To clarify, Detective, this bit is not the surprise. Impossible! That cannot be! You should have fallen to your death. I calculated the curvature precisely. I've got the equation right here! I don't understand. How are you still alive? Oh, of course. You got lucky, didn't you? It was luck. Luck! The kindly lifeguard of the idiot. I can hardly factor luck into my equations now, can I? I'm not a homeopath. Farewell, Dark Knight. No! This isn't right. This isn't possible. This isn't happening. I am the Riddler, and you shall not defeat me! Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Since you cannot even be counted on to kill yourself, I will do it for you. I'm controlling the mechanisms now. Controlling mechanisms. Make a mistake. Of course you will. I know you will. You're going backwards, Dark Knight. Is this a valiant attempt at a joke? Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. You appear to have lost. Can't think and drive at the same time, Dark Knight. Drive. If you're feeling vainglorious enough for another attempt, Dark Knight, you must trundle back to the start of the course. Another attempt? My, but you're optimistic. Don't worry, Detective. You have until dawn. Not that it'll make any difference. Goodbye. Stop Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. God, I mean, I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. Would you like another attempt at that lap? Or if you prefer, that Roman knockoff Mercury. I want you to know, Detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. Detective, time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. That's more like it, Detective. You failed! For the briefest moment, you almost seemed capable. Make your peace, Dark Knight. This really is it. It has to be. Hurry up, Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. I want you to know, Detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. No, Detective. Turn around. Around, you dark knucklehead. Careful, Detective. I'd like the car to be working when I'm done with you. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. An expertly executed failure. Come now, Detective. A trained monkey could complete this course. Assuming I had trained him, naturally. If you're feeling vainglorious enough for another attempt, Dark Knight, You must trundle back to the start of the course. Don't worry, Detective. You have until dawn. Not that it'll make any difference. You did it. The key. Now you collect the key. Those are the rules, and I have to follow the rules, don't I? I set them after all.
Okay, almost there. And here we go. Oh, that's it. No more.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You are now free. Free to take my final exam. Final exam.
Eddie, I didn't know you'd started cheating. I'm disappointed.
I dissemble. I artfully obfuscate. But I do not cheat. As you and Batman will discover when you attempt my final riddle room. Do you have a photographic memory, Detective? Because I do. I can summon your sneering features at will. That is when they don't burst unbidden into my brain. I have perfect recall, too. I can remember every time you... Sometimes I wake up, Dark Knight, to the feel of your hands around my neck, your carbon fiber-coated fists smashing into my solar plexus. How dare you brutalize me? Me! Your intellectual superior. You're better. Me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler, and the world's greatest everything. You're a thug, Detective, a bullying emblem of the arrogant notion that might makes right. Come back to the orphanage, where I will end you and the unjust things you stand for.
I bet it's eating him up.
Now's my chance to free Selina from Gotham. This sick game has gone on long enough.
Agreed, sir. Best of luck.
Oh, crap! It's Batman! Get us out of here! Damn it! Get out! Go!
my chance to free Selena from the orphanage. This sick game has gone on long enough.
Agreed, sir. Best of luck.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat. Make them wear
How have you been?
Perfect. Eddie hasn't said a word since you left that last course. Do you ever rub people the right way?
They never ask nicely.
This is it. One last hoop to jump through. Then I'm free to rob Gotham blind. I mean, you know, make sure everyone got out. I'll check the art galleries first.
Meet the Riddle Square, a puzzle which draws influence from both late 20th century puzzle cubes and mid 15th century torture devices.
If Eddie wanted us to play a game of life-size chess, he could have left us more pieces.
I don't think that was the idea. We need to move the blocks.
Well, hurry up then. Surely one of those toys of yours can get the job done. Look at all these generators. Why does Eddie need so much power?
fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job.
Congratulations! Now let's cut to the best part.
Selena, watch out! Get ready!
Riddle me this. What's dead? You!
doesn't want us to go in. Guess I'll be heading home then, Eddie?
There'll be a way in. We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job.
Congratulations! Now let's cut to the best part.
Selena, watch out! Get ready!
Damn him! How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah! Beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings. Proceedings. You will not win this!
My apologies, Catwoman, but you see, I had a point to prove.
Damn him! How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah! Beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings. Proceedings.
We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job.
Now to be woman, in cat years you had a very good run.
Damn. How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah! Beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings.
We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job.
You will not win this!
It's still not a riddle, Eddie.
You just haven't figured it out yet.
This is it. This is the end. The final riddle.
It's done. Keys by the entrance. Let's go.
You smooth talker, you. Give me a second to compose myself. Would you do the honors? You know what the worst thing about this was? It looked cheap. Well, handsome, what are we waiting for? So is it just Central Gotham that's evacuated? Or are the mansions empty too?
Scarecrow threatened the entire city, Selina.
And it's such a tragedy. You go save
Cheater! You fraud! Chancing, bumbling amateur! Look what you have reduced me to, Batman! If you cannot simply bow, confronted with your obvious superior, then I will stoop to your pathetic pugilistic level and make you! I designed this suit to perfectly defend myself
All
against your
yours.
violent excesses. So please understand, Dark Knight. This is an intellectual victory above all. This is embarrassing, you two, really! Can't think and hit at the same time. Riddle me this.
that one!
I'll subtract you from this equation. Enough! This is beneath me. You are beneath me. You want to finish this, detective? Then you must earn the privilege. Solve every last riddle in this city and I'll fight you, Batman, but not a moment before.
Or we could just leave you down there, Eddie. Come on, Batman. This cat wants to prowl. I've been cooped up all night, handsome. We're leaving. Fresh air, freedom, and darkness. Perfect. How shall we celebrate? I know a couple of poor, defenseless museums. But then again, I also know a couple of hotels.
Tonight's not over yet. There's more work to be done.
Of course there is. You do know how to kill the mood. Do you ever take the night off? Do you ever take the suit off?
Not on nights like this, Selina. It's what I do.
Fine. I guess I'll hit an art gallery or two, while the big bad bat's distracted.
You're not going to thank me?
Why? It's what you do.
I need to find Riddler's trophies, all of them, to draw him out. Two-Face's crew is robbing the Bank of Gotham in Chinatown. They're not getting their hands on 1 cent of Gotham's money.
I was one of Scarecrow's patients back at the asylum. I'm glad the Bat got him. You know what? I don't care if it's a tank or a car anymore, so long as I never see it again. Oh man, he's on our tail! Outrun that thing! Come on, lose him! Ward's place Quinzel in the northern sector of Bleak Island. Say she came back to the Bat. Oh God! Come on, get us out of here!
Blow it! Go! Two-Face wants every last cent we can find!
Two-Face's thugs won't hear me over the alarm. No need to be quiet. I can hit them fast, hit them hard.
Harvey wants this place stripped clean!
We thought you might show up, Batman. We were counting on it. Look, Batman, I need the money. It's hard to find honest work with these disfigurements. You make a monster out of us, and you hunt us down! Another guy down. But not dead, right, Batman? It's sweet that you still try and live by the rules.
Batman, he's over here!
Well then, boys, looks like that bank has a bat infestation. Since we're making such a large withdrawal, why don't we take care of it for you? Lock the doors and hide. Whoever kills the bat and brings us the bodies gets double their cut.
Two-Face locked us in. The thugs aren't after money now. They're after me. And there's no alarm to cover the sound of my attacks.
Batman, you got this wrong. The Bank of Gotham, it launders money for the mob. Or what's left of it. You remember the mob, right? The guys who burned half our face off because they couldn't get to you? Now sure, there's plenty of clean money mixed with the dirty. But what isn't tainted in this town?
Two-Face's crew is robbing the Bank of Gotham in Chinatown. They're not getting their hands on 1 cent of Gotham. Cash, Two-Face's crew went after the Bank of Gotham in Chinatown. I need you to disable the bank's security gate and pick up Dent's thugs.
Sure thing, Batman. I'll send a car around now.
The alarm's been tripped at the Bank of Gotham Drescher branch. Two-Face's crew are trying their luck, sir.
What the? It's the Bat! He's tailing us!
All right, boys, go, go, go! We're gonna be rich even after Harvey takes his cut. Well, both his cuts.
My attacks will be covered by the noise of the alarm. No need to be subtle.
Man down!
I can't leave while there's a robbery in progress.
Got another man down over here! His mind's open! He's still here! Stay away from that, or I'll pull the crap out of you!
Okay, men. Every time the Bat hits one of you, we're gonna toss the door. Ed, your family gets their hazard pay while you rot in jail. Tails, they get punished in your place. It's Tails for this stuff. We'll tell you why you're sorry.
Rich!
Tails again.
I see Batman! He's here!
I can't bring the car in here.
Tails.
He's going! I lost him! I think he went that way!
Out today.
I see Batman! He's here!
Gentlemen, it's bonus time. You want to double your pay tonight? It's as easy as this. Kill the Batman!
Two-Face cut the alarm. I need to be quiet.
He went this way! Get over here! Now! He's gonna get away!
Over here! Don't get away! I'll get you!
Batman, I knew you wouldn't let this slide. Remember when I had the principal? Remember when I told Gordon we should arrest you? Said we shouldn't work with vigilantes? You promised me we'd crush crime in Gotham within the year. Was I ever part of the plan? Or was I just a distraction? A pretty boy lawyer the mob could focus all that hate on. Well, you tore them apart!
Last chance. Get out of my way, or I deal with you myself.
Cash, the Drescher Bank's secure. Send a car for Dent's men.
On it.
This is it! The biggest bank in Gotham! Let's set a record tonight, boys! Hell, let's try and set two, for the boss's sake!
Just like the others, these thugs can't hear a thing over the alarms. I'll hit them as hard as I can.
Man down! Don't let him stop us! Batman! He's over here! He's using the floor grates! Take out the plate! Stop him! Another man down! Don't let him stop us! I see Batman! He's here! Another man down! Don't let him stop us! Come near me, Batman, and I'll kill you! Got another man down over here! Batman, over here! He's underneath us! He's using the floor grates! Then stop him! Blow him up!
I can't bring the car in here.
Should have left us alone, old friend. We were gonna spare you. But, well, the coin Kane had other ideas. We don't forget what happened, Batman. You set us up all those years ago.
I see Batman! He's here! I lost him!
He's just a man. Kill him! How do you do it, Batman? Play hero when you leave guys like me behind.
Another man down. Don't let him stop us. Stay away, Bat, or I'll blow the crap out of you.
The coin wants him dead. His face, damn it. Kill him!
All of you, out! Tails you lose, Batman. And these guys will make sure. Bring us his corpse!
No more alarm to hide the sound of my attacks. I need to be quiet. I've captured Two-Face. I'll bring him to you. Send a car for his men.
Sure thing, Batman.
Damn you. So is it true, Bruce?
Don't answer them. We know the truth.
You aren't Bruce Wayne. Jim Gordon and I, we didn't strike a deal with Bruce Wayne.
And it's sure as hell not Bruce Wayne waiting on the rooftops each night.
End of the line, Dent.
Never count me out of the game.
Hands off the boss, bat freak! Yeah, he's twice the man you are.
Save your breath. We'll get our chance.
Not anytime soon.
I might have known you'd get in here first, Oswald. Justice never favors the weak.
Keep talking, Harv. I want that smile off the other side of your face if you ain't careful.
I don't know what kind of operation these men are running here, but I demand to be moved. Do these idiots have no concept of privacy?
I can track and hunt the bat creature by listening for its distinct echolocation delivery. It must be stopped.
Always looking for names to besmirch. Where does this newsman conduct his research? Research.
I always thought the person inside that...
The bat creature has a distinctive echolocation delivery. If I listen carefully, I'll be able to track its movement and hunt it down.
Joker's Funland was still open. No lines for the Ferris wheel. Hey, see the GCPD from here. You don't have a sniper rifle. Stuck up here. $50 says I can hit a desk sergeant through.
out your pointy ears and frustration.
Rioters think they can hold the fire crew hot. I'll make them sorry. I can't leave the fire crew at the mercy of these rioters. They're out there somewhere. I won't leave the missing fire crew to die. I will find them. If I'm going to stop this killer, I should analyze the body I found on the rooftop of the Gotham Herald.
Drone's engaging. Someone's here.
Alfred, I found a mutilated body, but this isn't the one Cash told me about. I'm going to try and establish a cause of death. Blood tests reveal the cause of death was an overdose of painkillers leading to cardiac arrest. Also, the victim's fingerprints have been burned off with acid.
A rather unsavory demise.
That's not all. It's as though the subject's DNA has been corrupted somehow. There's insufficient information for me to cross-reference the database. I have to use the deep tissue scanner to analyze the body for distinguishing features and determine the victim's identity.
Right you are, sir.
Clear signs of bone deformation on the victim's knee. Joint line sclerosis points to juvenile arthritis, a rare and debilitating condition. Remnants of a pacemaker fitted through the right ventricle. If I cross-reference the manufacturer with the pacing method, it will help to narrow the search. Scar tissue on the upper arm. I recognize the pattern. 20 years ago, this was a badge of honor among inmates at Blackgate Penitentiary. A small group of racketeers known as the Bloodhaven Six. Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Franklin Accardo.
His records are a litany of drug-related offenses, sir. In and out of prison from an early age. He was serving a 20-year sentence at Blackgate before being released early on grounds of ill health due to a heart condition. He moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where he was reported missing.
What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham. They were brought here and killed. Why? We need to track down whoever did this.
Might I suggest keeping an ear out for any more of that ghastly opera music? It sounds ominously like a calling card.
I'm going to investigate the body I found overlooking Divinity Churchyard. There's a killer at large. He must be stopped.